should have said something earlier. Why didn't I say something earlier? I don't know why I didn't say something earlier. I think I maybe wanted to feel like what it felt like just to not have to constantly tell my story. That a guy was just into me. And I just wanted to enjoy that and take it as far as I could. Sometimes I do feel like I am imprisoned by my story, that I have to constantly explain myself to people, even though the world is much more accepting of me now than it used to be 5 years ago. I do have pretty privilege, and I have passing privilege. So people get much more curious about my story because they're like, wait a minute, you really sound and look like a woman. You're a pretty woman as well. How can this be? Like, for 28 years, you were presenting as a male. All of a sudden, in a couple of years, you've got boobs and you've got legs and you've got curves and you're tall. And how does that happen? You know, you fooled me, kind of thing. And so they want to know every ounce of that story. And it gets exhausting. It does get exhausting. I'm the one that's questioning my femininity. It's me in the mirror that looks at it much more astutely. It's a big story to accept, even I guess for myself as well, that I do want to one day just be natural and never have to have myself questioned. So when I'm out in public, and especially on a date, I want to make sure that I guess I'm looking my best or looking on point. And I feel like any woman tends to be hyper vigilant of how she looks around a man. For me, it is that added extra layer of, am I woman enough? So I am thinking that in my head constantly. So I may do a little extra. Like, I might make sure that I have the lips perfect at all times, you know, like my dress looks a certain way at all times perfectly. So I might be hyper vigilant about how I'm looking. My biggest fear is that this man will only test me out as a flavor and not see the real human of me and not want more and realize that I'm on a journey that is almost complete. You know, I'm close to my final surgery. But at the same time, even when I have my final surgery, I've got that history behind me of my assigned sex at birth and having to figure myself out and go through all of those episodes and trauma and having to heal that. And I'm going to be sharing it with someone who's never been through that. My current experience right now, my current relationship that I'm experiencing, I'm finding this very masculine man just being so comfortable around me in my unaltered states, in my, you know, absolutely fresh, no makeup look, you know, messy, gross. And it's like I'm natural. I can just be natural and not have to think and not have to present myself constantly. I can just stop thinking. Stop overthinking, stop overcompensating, and it's really peaceable. There's no controlling, there's no presentation that I have to do. It's just like being and feeling belonged. And it's, I guess, yeah, that's the feeling of being at peace. You don't have to question yourself, ever.